right. I think it's around 12 a.m. right now. I'm heading to the gym. Your boy's going through a little bit of a breakup right now, unfortunately. On the bright side, everything is good between me and my ex. You know, we're staying good friends and all that. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things. Well, if I'm being completely open and honest, we just essentially have different ideas for what we want for the future, and that's okay. Essentially, someday I'd like to have some kids or a kid or something, you know, or like some sort of life form, and she doesn't share the same desire, and you know, that's perfectly understandable, man. You know, this is like a scary world to bring people into. But nevertheless, it's what I want, and she doesn't, and so I understand and I empathize with her position. Nevertheless, my heart's fucking broken, and yeah, we're moving forward though, and I figure the best thing I can do right now is, you know, quadruple down on my work, you know, just focus on the thing that makes me the happiest in the world, and get fucking yoked, bro. Like, I think I'm just gonna, you know, I think I'm just gonna get jacked or something. Or I'm gonna certainly try. I'm certainly gonna endeavor to get jacked. Yeah, I'm just gonna do as the memes do, I guess. Aside from that, I'm technically unhoused. I'm technically part of the unhoused community at the moment. I'm living in my studio. I moved my couch in there because the thing that happened was, when we split, we still had a couple months left in our lease. So we just decided to, you know, to kind of like to hang it out, or, you know, to push through it. I mean, we weren't mad at each other or anything like that, so there was no reason to rush out or anything or break the lease. So we finished out our lease, and I decided to stay in the same apartment complex while she decided to move somewhere else, and we've already gotten her settled and moved in, and she's doing good. But I decided to stay in the same place because I really like the apartment complex, and they needed like 2 weeks to get my apartment ready. I guess they had to clean it, or you know, whatever it is that they have to do, exercise some demons or something. It takes 2 weeks to do, so I'm waiting for that, and in the meantime I figured I would just stay at the studio, so I moved my couch in there. And yeah, as soon as I get done with this workout, I'll show you guys what the living situation looks like. And I'll also show you I'll show you guys what I'm working on. I'll show you guys what I'm working on, and yeah, I'm just trying to settle into a new routine right now. So I think I'm gonna just focus on that. But I like this late night gym thing. This is technically the first time I'm doing it, so I can't really say you know, whether or not it's sustainable, but I do like it. I do like this idea of just being out at 12. I don't know, man. I guess that's maybe the one thing I'm excited about is just you know, this idea that I'm kind of getting to like recreate my reality and stuff from scratch, you know. And so it's kind of like everything is on the table again. Everything from like my, you know, sleep schedule to what the day looks like. And so I'm thinking right now, like, okay, I'm gonna rethink everything, starting with the sleep schedule, and see if maybe there's a way for me to work that's more optimal than I had been doing previously. You know, it may turn out that's not the case, but that's okay. I've got like nothing but time right now, so I figure this is a good use of it, you know, figuring myself out as much as possible. And yeah, so let's get to Let's hit the fucking weights, bro. And then I'll show you what else is good. Alright, man, we got it done. The chesticles worked out. Chesticle day today. But yeah, let me show you guys what it's looking like inside. It's not as dire, you know, as maybe I would lead you to believe. But it's certainly a freaking... Well, it's not the funnest, man, I'll tell you that. We are, however, turning it into as much of an adventure as we possibly can. So, this is the studio. It's a sort of a complex of a couple of buildings. And I've got this one, which in my opinion is the best one. Put my little chair out here. Alright, man, so yeah, like I mentioned, I moved the couch in here so I could sleep somewhere. And so I'm sleeping right here. I've got my bag of clothes and stuff over here. We've got the coucherino set up, ready to go. I've just got some other stuff over here. And let me see. Got a couple of snacks over here, you know, some like beef jerky and stuff. More beef jerky. Yo, they put sugar in beef jerky now for some reason, and it's like really hard to find beef jerky without sugar. So, yeah, look, this is a whole view of the stew as it stands right now. And this is what I'm currently working on. This is, let me show you guys the reference real quick. I'll hide this freaking password though. And this is the reference. So as soon as I get to the right point, you know, I'll start adding in all of this hair. So it's just like a very hairy cat, and there's hair all over the dude. So that's going to be the next part that I need to put in, which is going to be a lot of fun for this painting. I think it's going to be obviously the funnest part because it's just going to be a buildup of a lot of little details and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. But it's like, yeah, it's 1:39 a.m. right now, and I'm you know, guessing this is going to be a regular part of my day moving forward, at least for the foreseeable future, unless I decide that it's not optimal. But yeah, man, this is it. This is where we're at today. I worked on it a little bit longer after I got home from the gym yesterday, and as well some more today. And it's about 2:43, not about, it's exactly 2:43. I think that the only thing I have left to do now is all of the little hair. So I'm probably gonna just do that with like a time lapse. But what I need to figure out first is what I'm gonna use to like put all the little hairs on there. Because if I use my smallest brush, you know, the line width is like the whiskers, and it's too wide. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably get this brush here that I have. It's like a large kind of like bristle brush, and I'm probably gonna tear off a couple of these individual bristles here, and then just kind of use that, I think, to start putting in some of this hair. Yeah, but this is like the funnest part. This is the part that I've been the most excited about. So yeah, I'll probably get it in a time lapse, but let's just get started now. Alright, so instead of ripping the things off of the brush, I found this brush that I had, and I pretty much cut it down so that there's only like a couple of bristles on there. And I think that'll probably be a better way to paint the hair. All right, I can't tell how well this is reading on camera, but hopefully you get the idea. This is the hair, obviously. But what my method for this was, or the approach, was basically it's like 3 values, right? So I don't know, man, this flash thing. Let me turn it off. All right, so there's three different colors of paint here. I'm trying to angle it, 1, 2, and 3, and essentially I was using that to create as much depth as possible with the hair. So I went with the darkest value, and that's just kind of like building up a sort of mass. And then with the second value, we're starting to give, body to each of the little strokes. And then with the lightest value, just a few highlights here and there. One of the things that I noticed, though, that is really helping the effect read very well is when you kind of add a random or the occasional highlight, like that's going into the dark areas, because normally I'm trying to keep, the highlights to correspond with the highlights of the fabric and stuff like that, or his sweater. But when you hit like a random one, like in the dark, that's really helping the effect, I think. And it's just because, of how random the hair catches light. So that's just like one tip for that. That'll help you. So I'm just going to put in these last few little strokes here, and then I think we'll be good to photograph it, throw up a reveal, and some B-roll.